thank for the invitation. My name is Lerna Babikyan. I'm born in Istanbul. I'm a dancer, writer, choreographer, and a trainer. I have taught creative dance classes for children and adults in many governmental and private schools in Turkey and some years in Berlin too. I graduated my master's degree in Devon, England on Movement, Mind, Ecology department, where I made my graduation piece also in relation to Armenian letters, words, and my grandfather's story. And then I met my husband and I moved to England last year officially, so we are living in Devon now. I am also part of Bahcesehir Collective. It's a collective constituted from Armenian women from all over the world. It's Armenian women like academicians, artists, researchers, and they have been some programs, online programs are going on, and they have Instagram page where there is some debates going on Armenian culture, history, etc. So I'm part of that community as well, and sometimes I and my collective, we are publishing some writings in Agos newspaper weekly in 3 languages, so I can share with you later with the web page as well with it. But today we come together for Armenian workshop like that with Armenian Alphabet. I just want to shortly tell you how I developed this idea. In 2016, I moved to Berlin as an independent dancer, and it was my first kind of immigration attempt. As an independent artist, everything was very official, but I wasn't feeling at home in Berlin somehow, and I feel the need of connecting with my roots deeply. So I always feel very close myself to our alphabet, and then with the time, with some kind of contemplations, I realized I can offer to this city, which is Berlin is a very rich city with arts and dance and any kind of thing. So I questioned myself what I can give uniquely to this city as Lerna, as a woman who comes from Istanbul, Turkey, with the Armenian ethical background. So I discovered dance with Armenian Alphabet, and first I started to run this workshop in Berlin. In the Theater Performance School, and then I go back to Istanbul, so I am also part of a Çatı Contemporary Dance Artists Association. I also applied this alphabet, and then my curiosity also took me to apply this technique to other alphabets, other languages. So I also run like dance with Japanese alphabet, just dance with runic alphabet, etc. So this was all growing up, and later on, I also did this workshop with the Bahcesehir Collective, with the support of the Bahcesehir Foundation. I taught in Kalfayan and Getramagan primary and high schools in Istanbul, and applied with the students there for the purpose of teaching and gaining more creativity and fluency with the language. And also I did one session with the Armenian teachers in Armenian schools in Istanbul as well. It was just shortly after pandemic. It was online, and I saw that people really enjoying. So I want to tell you what is dance with Armenian Alphabet. So it's a unique and alternative workshop on alphabet learning, language learning, which is through creative dance and movements. That is open to everyone. You don't need to have a dance background or a special training, but you can just apply by yourself, like easily getting part of the letters through your body and movement. So the workshop has multi-purposes. The first purpose is teaching the language. Of course, we cannot learn Armenian in 1 hour, so today we will have just an introduction to this technique, but also if we do this with different groups, different ethnicities together, or with immigrants, it can also support the cultural learning and diversity in the community. And plus, if you have, for example, a performing arts group, or you are developing yourself in a stage, this workshop also can develop your creativity, expression as well. So through the group, it can diversify the different purposes. So here I want to show you some previous workshop pictures that we run. And yeah, today we will just make a start with Parev. Parev, like many of you, I guess you know, means hello in Armenian. So I kind of developed a movement for Parev. I want to repeat you after me. Parev. Parev. Do the movement with the arms. Parev, like make a circle. Parev. Parev Ahmedut. One more time. Parev Ahmedut. Hello to all, it means. Okay, and then we have Aref, which means sun. So, from middle of our heart, let the sun rise as a surrounding of our body. Like Aref, from heart to sun. Aref, Aref. Yes, let's connect them. Aref, 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 Aref. So, let's stand up. And we go through this with some, also there will be some music.
It'll be very healthy by the end.
Okay, let's stand up a little bit, yeah. So, Parev, Aref. You can do it, yeah. Circle, Parev, Aref, Parev, Aref. Let's do this by walking. Parev. So since we do this with the walking, there is also a word for walking for Armenian. Kale. Kale. Let's walk. Kale. 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 Let's take a walk. Please. Kale. 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 And we have another word to freeze. Silent. So, we need to now freeze. Okay, so there is another word. So we're going to play between these words now. So, Sarel means to freeze. So we will be saying hello to each other, Parev and Aref. We can do this in circle, and then we will do Kalel, walking, and then Sarel, whenever you see Sarel or I say Sarel, you will freeze. But you don't need to freeze with this lovely apple. You can freeze in any position, okay? That's fine. Okay, so let's start, and we can make a circle. Are you ready now? So we know everything. Okay, let's go. Circle. Kale. And you can have a seat now, we'll go on later on. Yeah, you can have a seat. Yeah, we can have a seat in our places. So this was kind of our first exercise, introduction. So we learned the letters and the verbs by doing them as well. And then now I want to little bit tell you about where all this thing is coming from theoretically. What is our purpose to learn, where it is coming as a resource. So our main thing, the upper face is lower face. Yeah, you choose. Everything is wonderful. Yeah, H and O. Great. Let's see H. Yeah, that's good. Just one. O and then. Or
that's the printed version of it.
Yeah, this is wonderful. Okay, so we have two letters now. Yeah, great. So now choose one of the letters that you noted to your notebook. Let's draw it with our mouth finger. Yeah. Okay. Please start to draw the letter on the air with your finger. Try. Yes. And other letter with the other finger. Great. So, again the first letter with your shoulder. Draw it with your shoulder. One shoulder. Use the one shoulder with one. Yeah, separate. Yeah. And draw the other letter with the other shoulder. That's great. Okay, let's keep having fun. So now, draw the first letter with one of your feet on the floor. That's easy. Yeah. Great. And then the other letter with the other feet. Okay, great. So,
when you go home, you can do this in the English alphabet as well.
you have a long time. You can also use your hand. But so I want to show you something. So now, till now, we practice our letters with our finger, which is mud in Armenian, the finger. And then we also use our shoulder, which is us in Armenian. And then we practice with our feet, which is botsk with Armenian. So now what we're gonna do, this time we're gonna use our whole body for one letter. Okay? So you are free to choose that letters, or you are free to choose one from here. Doesn't matter now. So maybe this is easier to see. Choose one of the letters and start to practice it. Start sitting. You can use your head, shoulder, and belly as well. And then feet, and then you can start slowly to engage all your body. Just by walking, we will have some kind of free moving and researching time with our lesson. Okay? So this is a personal exercise. Just try for yourself. Feet, everything. And then, as a last step, don't forget to engage your body. Like if it is this is a free place without having any judgment or Last 2 minutes till the music ends. Just enjoy.
I like part two. I like your letter. You want to take that? What's your name? Lerna. You can also bring laughter, which is not really. Laughter is the best medicine. Yeah. So you know, because of laughter, something can I stop? What is this? The very last one is what is my letter? Yes. Yes. Like this. Oh, or like I don't know, like this. Zen masters. Yeah, enjoy. Any needs help?
Always the easiest one.
That's a very nice. So when you practice, the music is over. Actually, okay, thank you very much. Have a seat, please. Yeah. How was your experience in this kind of?
We're sweating.
Oh, that's good. So this is a free fitness event as well, besides the language and cultural learning. And how was your experience while you were just using your body parts or using your whole body? How was it for you?
it was a fantastic aerobic class, thank you.
Yeah. Patel? Any other feedbacks?
It was beautiful. I just enjoyed doing this. I think I'm going to go on.
Yeah. Please share with your family as well, friends.
I enjoyed just thinking about different ways of creating the letter.
Yeah.
And trying to do it interactively with everyone else.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
Fantastic. But you should have a music background.
Yeah.
Have some kind of music. Makes it more interesting. And laughter.
that's wonderful.
Fantastic.
Enjoy that. Yeah, these letters are actually graphic designs, and bringing to a body, the letters become more alive, you know.
Yes.
They are living in the world.
Yes.
And that's really good, you know, because also the Western Armenian language is one of the languages in UNESCO which is under extinction. And through this technique, we can enjoy the letters, talk the language more with fun, enjoy. And then when the language lives in the life, it's alive. But when it doesn't have any exchange during our lives, then it starts to extinct. Yeah. So we stay with the language.
But the technique can be adapted to any alphabet,
Yeah, definitely.
which is really
Yeah.
great.
I really love this because I would like to share this more with other people, immigrants and their adjustment process to new countries, which is not easy for them to express themselves, you know. And sometimes it's not easy for locals to understand them as well. So that's why I like to use and work on their language and in the common spaces. So exchanging of settlers, like newcomers, and also locals' languages, somehow dancing with them creates, support the peace culture and culture of empathy and understanding each other better. So you would like to say something about the experience?
Oh, it is brilliant. I have never come across brilliance like this. And you could actually, with a Chinese brush painting,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah. I also did it in the past. So looking for another Chinese invitation. Yeah. So we already experienced this. So I want to go back to our sare, which means freeze, you know. First we were walking, kale and sare, you remember. So here, sare means eyes. Yeah. And sarnatara, which means fridge. Sarnatara. Yeah. So three words very much connected to each other. Welcome, please have a seat. Yeah. So sarer, sar, sarnatara. Repeat after me. Sarer, sar, sarnatara. One more time. Sarer, sar, sarnatara. So now we have a question for sarnatara.
We leave the T out.
Yeah. There might be differences, between some regions. Yeah.
Also say sarutara, sarutara.
Yeah. That kind of a different, but we kind of understand what is it.
Yeah.
So now we have a question for 100 points. Sarnatara Litvic Ichka. What do you have in your fridge? That's 100 points you will get. Yeah. What I want you, just of course, I don't want you to just list all the things in your fridge now. Just remember one item, please. And just a minute. I want to tell me this in Armenian. Just one item in your sarnatara. I want you to go to this webpage, nairi.com, from your computer phones. You can have to each other if someone is not good in the phone. So you can choose English to Armenian and then hear it, etc. Okay? Okay, you have 5 minutes and also write it down and the spelling as well.
Stepan Proces. Lovely.
Find out what you have in your your body. First by sitting, just like a person, okay? Start to write all the letters of this object, like the food what you have in your salatara. Now, so, free practice. Yeah, go. Start to do all the letters now. Everything, write the word, what do you have? Start to write the letters with your body and legs. We will do first a little bit of sitting. Okay? So then what he will show me, and I will try to understand. And even we can show each other the writing, how it is happening. Like, this was, for example, milk, got, it's written like that. Mine is. So after we exchange it with each other, we go to a new partner that we don't know, okay? So free research and communication. Okay. So find a partner, please. Do you have any questions? No, you will write your food now. Which food?
Which food?
Yeah, which food you wrote in your Sarnataran language?
Would you like to come and
What is sensitivity in general?
Yes, I'm seeing very nice movements, right? And eventually you can show the paper as well. How it is going on the
You do so first by hand.
Okay,
Let's do it as a practice. In case to finalize this session, so now we exchange with the partner our letters. So now I will ask you to again find the partner, and when one person is demonstrating, imitate them, move with them, and let her do your movements, and then the other person will be the leader. Whatever word she chooses, you then imitate them, exchanging the roles. As a last thing, okay? As a last thing,
Everything is
experience just like that. Do you have any questions?
just
elementary school, it's an attraction, you attract little kids and children, because you're making it interesting, you're dancing, there's music.
Yeah.
But I think this method of teaching teaching alphabet to young children has been going on for a few years now. If I remember, because during my time it was just, the book and the paper and the pen,
Yeah.
But now I think they're teaching them some like give an example,
Voices, you mean?
sounds.
Yeah.
So it has been in practice, but what you're doing, you're bringing into dancing, body movement together in music, which makes it more interesting. And I think it's a very good practice to be used at school to attract young kids.
Yeah, actually, when I was practicing with through our Bahcesehir collective in the Kalfayan school in Istanbul, we practiced it with the kindergarten students, and some of them were coming from very poor areas, and with some of them didn't have very strong mother language skills. So I taught all the lesson in Armenian, and they also draw a letter. We start from because it's easier, and then they also do the same things with you, and they start to understand the practices, although they don't understand perfectly Armenian, but through movement and this kind of imitation and showing things with the body become a good kind of anchor for them to understand the language. So I don't need to translate anything to Turkish, so I really like and want to share more with children as well. Thank you.
It's interesting for me to know what the teachers think about this method of teaching children. What did they say? Were they...
Yeah, they really like it, and they also observe some children who had kind of difficulties in focusing on things. They also join in a very nice way, very attentive way, and they're surprised with that outcome of the thing. But of course, because I have to practice just once, this is just once, if you do it in a few months, then you see a different effects and the long-term effects of the process. Because some children are kinesthetic learners, and they need these practices in case to engage with the learning environments. So 1 time is fun, 4 times, 10 times is fun, plus more learning. Like as much as you practice, it develops more, it gives you more. Thank you.
Also, each letter goes to a name.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we also vocalize the sounds sometimes as a part of the workshop, but we don't have time to do everything now here. But that's true. The sound is important. Moving with the sound. That's also different. When you vocalize, the sound is kind of, the frequencies are going through your body, and you feel it, in your visceral areas as well, so it's very strong.
The best letter for this is the letter O.
A big relaxation, yes.
May I just ask another question?
Yeah.
You mentioned your grandfather. And how did your grandfather inspire you by his stories? What kind of stories?
My grandfather was affected from 1915 genocide, and I kind of used his displacement story, but again to make a place like a home. Home is not an object or noun, but home is action is a verb, You need to home a place, when you move to somewhere, you put a flower, you put this or a special object, so you want to make it home. So how the homing process has gone for our grandparents, over their story. And now we are seeing the similar displacement and misplacement stories all over the world, again with different nations, with different areas. So homing a place is an ongoing, unfortunately ongoing story, but to approach this as through dance and search for the body, and my performance was like people able to join. It was connected, just forget English, participatory performance. So everybody able to put something, and there was some ecological objects in the stage. So they kind of able to make their houses with that objects, and nobody was understanding English because I first showed this in Devon as a part of my graduation project. And then because it was a part of my research, we also give some questions to audience after my performance, and we discovered everybody understood the story. So everybody has this kind of displacement story in their grandparents somewhere, you know, and all these roots and connection and space. These are valuable topics for all of us beyond the nations and the religions and whatever. So I just want to create a positive and reclaiming connection through my performance with people.
Thank you.
For me, obviously, because my mum is the only one that knows Armenian and she didn't pass it on, sadly. So I found it exceptionally difficult. And I'm just wondering, you know, for people like myself that really want to try to hold on to some of the Armenian language, but just find it so hard. Could we, I'm just wondering with some of the words, if we could focus on like one syllable words or like, you know, very short words.
Yes, definitely you can.
And somehow making the letters, like for us to have a handout so we can actually see it, or, you know.
Ayo means yes, watch means no.
Ayo is yes, watch is no, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know if you're aware of it, but I know because I'm from Istanbul. Ranting Foundation has Western Armenian online courses, so maybe I can write you that as well, because there will be also, you will be in touch with the language educators, and what you learn, you can also practice with your body at home. I think it could be the learning from two sources will be more helpful as well. Yes.
My name is Khatun. I come from Armenia. In Armenia, I'm a teacher and here in a Saturday Armenian school.
Yes.
18 years. I have experience for the letters, how to small children to get more for them interesting to learn English, to learn Armenian alphabet. That is look like in a traditional Armenian classroom when we are teaching in Armenia. But I have special child. For him, I study, and for myself, I said, okay, I will try something for him, get more excited for Armenian letters. And then, what we doing? In a macaron, that pasta, but with the whole pastas, we having one three, and together we all together we making or we putting together and making that is, or another way with the sound or flowers. Putting in a play and then like playing. Let's do this masniki won't say no part.
Masni.
Okay. Let's do this sign and then all together until learn Armenian alphabet.
Yeah.
Now, thanks God, he's reading and he's
The same principle without the instrument, instead of pasta, is the body movement in the air. It's the same thing, and it's amazing. Both methods are so good.
Yeah. The thing is, my master's research supported by Bahcesehir Foundation, Armenian Studies Department. So while I was writing my master thesis, I also developed an eco-somatic way of learning Armenian language. So you use ecology, but also also soma, the body as well. So if you feel interested, I am also ready to share with you as an email, because there is kind of a teacher booklet for it, like how teachers can use that as well.
Can you learn benefit from it? For example, a person who just started learning Armenian,
Yeah.
would that be beneficial for them?
Yes, with any words, but you need to practice with someone, or you should do self-teaching, like writing letters with different materials, etc.
So that gives the option for students.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it is for teachers. Maybe you need to exchange and communicate with another person as well. I think with working through person, if there is no any teaching professionals around, it will be easier.
Okay.
But I can share with you. And also, I just want to give this paper. I can share you my thesis, like all this material with you. And then if you write your emails, and if you want to get informed, for my next visits in London, because I am also doing different children workshop. 2 weeks ago I did one children workshop in Mayfair Library. It was dance with mythology. So children were dancing and moving with mythologies like Greek mythology and other mythologies. So if you want to get informed my future events in England, just write your emails. And if you want to get my thesis, just put a tick sign or something that I can send you that, okay? Okay. If you want to get it. So, I just want to thank you for this wonderful time. And if you want to just be connected, contact, this is my email, and then some social media links. And if you want, I will leave some of my personal cards here as well, if you want to communicate. So now, it will be some Lahmacun time, and I want to thank you again for Baron Misal for this wonderful course and organization. I hope the next courses will be wonderful as well. So, thank you very much for coming.
Okay, if you want to eat, come and get lunch.